What is up, you guys? For today's video, we are going to be using a palette that I am super excited for, and that is the brand new BH Cosmetics Take Me To Ibiza palette. And oh my gosh, like literally the color story here is just so pretty. If you are like me and you like brighter colors as well as smoky eyes, I feel like you're gonna really enjoy this as much as I do. I mean, like, look at that color story. Isn't it pretty? Like, when I first initially opened up this palette, this like bright yellow shade really caught my eye. As well as this like deep in teal, as well as these like pinks. They are just so pretty in person. My camera is definitely not doing this palette justice. Like, the colors in here are very vibrant, but you also get a lot of smokiness too, which is totally up my alley. But like, girl, it's just so gorgeous. I honestly cannot wait to use it with you guys today. However, before we jump into this video, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below and gave this video a like. And also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. And on Instagram, I post 7 days a week with a ton of tutorials over on there if you are looking for some inspiration. So for eyeshadow primer today, we are going to be going in with my favorite, which is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer, which literally is my holy grail right now. And I'm just going to take a little bit on the back of my hand, about the size of a pea. Take this little fluffy brush and start applying it to my eye. I keep looking at this palette off camera and I'm like, girl, what am I going to do with you? Because there's just so many different ways I want to take it. But I think for today we are going to be doing something a little bit more fun, a little bit more vibrant, and trying to use as many of the colorful shades as we can. So the first shade that we are going to be going in with is seriously the one that catches my eye every single time that I open up this palette, and it is this beautiful neon yellow shade right here. So using my Luxie 229 tapered blending brush, I'm just going to be applying this shade into the crease of the inner third of my eye. I'm just doing little circular motions to blend that upwards towards my brow. Ooh, that color's really pretty. Ooh, it almost has like a little bit of like a green hint to it, which is really gorgeous. It definitely is giving me like that neon vibe that is so popular right now. Okay, but can we take a moment to appreciate this neon yellow? It is so stunning. It definitely reminds me of that like neon yellow and neon green trend going on right now. And I also want to say, if you are looking for a discount code on this Ibiza palette right here or anything on bhcosmetics.com, I do actually have a code with them right now and I'm so excited. It is my first name, which is Breyonna. I'll have it right here for you guys. And that'll save you 10% off of your order on bhcosmetics.com, and it'll also support me and my channel. So the next shade that we are going to be going in with out of the palette is another one that just really catches my eye every time that I look at the color story of this one. Is this beautiful matte kind of like deep in teal shade. And then with this shade, I'm going to be applying it into the outer third of my eye. And when you're doing this, you really want to make sure that you do not mix it in with this yellow at all, because we do not want a green in between the colors. So I'm essentially just placing my brush right here in my outer third of my eye, in the crease, and then start doing little circular motions to blend that upwards towards my brow. I also want to say though too, this shade is actually really, really nice. A lot of times these types of shades give me a lot of issues just because they have so much green and blue in them. But man, this one's really nice. It doesn't have like any patchiness to it, and it's like super pigmented. You can see it just has a really nice color to it. And it is honestly blending out really nice too. And when you're doing this also, you want to make sure that you're really kind of like smoking it outwards, because we are going to be doing a super dramatic eye today. And then to help us blend this yellow into the blue, we are going to be going in with another really bright shade in the palette. It is this beautiful kind of like hot pink kind of fuchsia shade. And then with this shade, I'm just going to be applying it in the inner third of my eye, doing a back and forth motion. So I'm just going in with my second layer of the pink just to get like that really like packed on vibrancy, because initially I just wanted like a light layer just to see what I was working with, because this is my first time using this palette. But like, dang, that color though is so pretty. I really love it mixed with this like deep in teal right here, and also the deep in teal and the pink are making the most beautiful like purple shade together. I don't know if you can see it, but like right here where we're starting to like blend the colors together, it looks stunning. I seriously cannot wait to see what this look looks like after we are done blending it out, because so far I think it's really gorgeous. It kind of has like a deepened kind of vibe to it, but also a lot of like brightness, which I think is just so beautiful. And also, when you are applying this pink shade, you really want to make sure that you are slightly overlapping it with the blue, so you are getting like this beautiful kind of like purpley shade right here. And also you want to overlap it a little bit with the yellow, just so you get like that beautiful kind of like peachy orange. And this will help us get that beautiful kind of like rainbow look that we are going for. And when I'm doing this too, I'm just doing like really light back and forth motions. You don't want to do like circles, because otherwise it's going to bring the pigment out too far. So I would definitely recommend doing just like little small back and forths. So as you can see, the look is starting to come together, but it just needs a little bit more work and a little bit more blending. And what we are going to first do is blend the yellow into the pink. And what we are going to do is take a little bit more of that yellow that we used earlier on the brush that we used earlier, and I'm just going to take it right on that line between the pink and the yellow, and I'm doing back and forth motions to blend the two colors together. And this will help create like that beautiful kind of like peachy orange shade that we are looking for. And then once you have the yellow applied, we are going to be going back in with the pink and doing the exact same thing. And this will help blend the two colors together and just create the color that we are looking for. But I will say you may have to do this a couple of times to get like that extra seamless blend. And after you have the yellow and the pink blended together, now we are going to blend the blue into the pink. And we're just going to take a little bit more of that deep and teal again on that brush that we used earlier. And just apply a little bit more pigment as well as just kind of overlap it with the pink. This will create that really beautiful purple shade. And then once you have the blue applied, we are going to do the exact same thing with the pink and go right over that harsh line to blend the two colors together. And again, you're going to probably have to do this a couple of times just to get it really seamless, but it is definitely worth the time and the effort because it makes like the prettiest blend. So I just want to show you guys the difference between the two after you take like that little extra time of blending. This side I took a little bit more time, you know, blending between the colors, and then this side I just left as to how I did the color placement, and both look really nice, but you can just see like this side you don't get as much orange and you don't get that really pretty purple as you do with this side. So I don't know, I just really enjoy like blending my colors together, so I just wanted to kind of show you guys the difference. So here's where I'm at right now with the look, and just like keeping it real, I am obsessed with this so much. Seriously, the shadows are just so pigmented and very easy to work with. I have had no problems yet, and not to mention we have only used 3 eyeshadows, and like look at all these like beautiful colors that we got in between and like how nice that they are blending in together. Like seriously, I am obsessed with it. And then off camera though, I'm just gonna cut my crease using that Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer that we used earlier. So here's where I'm at right now after cutting the crease, and the base is 100% dry, which you really want to make sure of, otherwise it'll get a little tacky and weird when you apply shadows on top. But the next shade that we are going to be going in with is a beautiful pastel shade in this palette, and it's this beautiful kind of like minty blue shade. And then with this shade, I'm just going to be applying it to the outer third of my lid. I'm really making sure that I'm packing it on with this flat shader brush. Okay, but like seriously though, the pigmentation of that is insane. That's really nice. Not to mention, it's not chalky either. It's a very smooth shadow. I really love how it applied. Not to mention, the color is gorgeous. I really think it pairs well with like this like pink and like blue situation that we have going on. And to help me blend that mint shade in with the teal, I'm just going to take a little bit more of that teal that we used earlier on this Real Technique shader brush and start tapping it right on that harsh line and then flicking it inwards to blend the two together. And to help further blend that teal into the mint, what I'm going to do is just take a little bit more of that mint. And what I do is kind of weird, but I take my brush like this at this angle and I flick it inwards towards the deeper shade. And this will help blend the two colors really well together. It's kind of like a little trick I don't always show you guys, but it definitely helps so much. Especially when you are working on that outer portion of the lid and you have like a little bit of a hooded eye like I do. It just kind of makes it so the brush kind of gets in there just a little bit better. So off camera, I was really experimenting with my other eye, trying to figure out like what I was going to do on the lid, since there is no matte white in this palette, and I really want to keep everything really nice and matte and really clean. I don't know about you guys, but I have been loving a matte full-on look. I think they're just so pretty. So I'm actually going to take this mint shade and apply it all over my lid on the other eye as well. But do you see what I mean though? Like this mint is just so pretty. Like I just feel like it pairs so well with what we have going on the eye. Oh yeah, that mint definitely gave it like that extra something something that I was looking for. I feel like a matte white would have been like really pretty on the lid too, or even that like shimmery white in the palette. But I don't know, like the mint, it just does something else and it just makes it like so pretty and just so vibrant. But either way though, off camera, I'm just going to clean up some of this fallout as well as apply like foundation, concealer, and all of that. So here's where I'm at right now with the look after applying my complexion products, and let me just tell you, this look is just so cool, and I don't know, it just screams summer to me, and I just love how vibrant and rainbowy it is. I don't know about you guys, but like rainbow looks, ooh, they're like one of my all-time favorite looks to do. And with that though, we are going to start working on the lower lash line just to get some balance with this look, and the shade that we are going to be going in with is one that we used earlier, which is this beautiful deep and teal shade. And then using my Luxie 231 small tapered blending brush, I'm just going to be applying this to the lower lash line, doing a back and forth motion. Ooh, that's pretty. I almost did purple, but I felt like it would be like too much and just make it a little bit too weird. But I'm actually really excited that I used this shade. I thought it would just pair so well. But dang, like that is just so gorgeous. Honestly, this deep and teal shade is so beautiful. It's really hard to find these shades in more affordable palettes that have a great formula, because a lot of times they get really chalky and really hard to work with and then get like super patchy. But this one has an amazing formula. It's very smooth and very buttery. I really love it. Not to mention the undertone is a really beautiful kind of like bluish shade, so it really pairs well with other colors very well. And last but not least, now we are going to be doing our inner corner highlight, which is my personal favorite step. I don't know why, but like an inner corner highlight is just so pretty and just so magical. But the shade that we are going to be going in with is this big kahuna pan right here in the center. And then with this Luxie brush dampened, I'm just going to be applying this in the inner corner as well as underneath the inner tear duct area as well to open it up. Ooh, that is so sparkly. Holy shit, that's so pretty. It's like a silvery shade that's like super icy, but it also has like a little bit of blue, which I think pairs so well with this look, especially with this like lower lash line that we have going on in the lid. That is so pretty. Look at how sparkly that is. I will say though, I do recommend using a dampened brush because it is a little bit powdery, so I would definitely recommend that just to get like extra poppin'. But yeah, so here is the finished look using the BH Cosmetics Take Me To Ibiza palette, and let me just say, holy shit, I am so impressed with this palette right now. Like seriously, I only used 5 eyeshadows today. 5. And normally when I do these types of looks, I'm using between, you know, like 7 to 10 eyeshadows because I'm not able to create the colors that I'm looking for. But with this palette, I was actually able to create like the colors and all of the different tones that I was looking for with this like rainbow smoky eye that we did. And I really love this kind of like orangey shade that we created with the yellow and the pink, as well as this beautiful kind of like purple shade with the pink and the blue. Like literally, I am dying. It is so beautiful. And also the shimmer shade in here that we used was so sparkly. I mean, like look at my inner corner, like she is blinding, and just like you could probably see it from space. Like let's be honest, it is that blinding. I don't know, I just really enjoy the look that we created today. And I will say though, the formula of this palette is so good, especially the mattes. I just was really impressed with them, especially that deeper kind of like teal shade right here, because even in my higher end palettes, a lot of times this type of toned like deep and teal, they are so hard to work with. They get really patchy and they get really kind of weird and I don't know, like sparse when you try to like blend them out. But this one has like the most amazing formula, super easy to work with, super easy to blend out. It literally is such a dream to work with. And also this pink down here was really beautiful as well. I really enjoy like the undertone of this because it has like a little hint of purple to it, so it really mixes well with that teal. But man, I'm just so over the moon about this palette. Like I just think it is so special, and I feel like if you are like me and you're into really bright looks but also some like smoky looks, I feel like you'd really enjoy the color story of this one. I do want to mention though, this bigger panned white shade that we used today in our inner corner is slightly crumbly. I'll show you what I mean, but like when you even put your finger in it, it just is a little crumbly and a little bit powdery. So I definitely recommend using a dampened brush with this one, whether that is like a dampened pencil brush for the inner corner or a dampened shader brush for the lid. You definitely needs that, at least in my opinion, otherwise you are going to have some fallout with it. So when it comes down to it, would I recommend the BH Cosmetics Take Me To Ibiza palette? And honestly, I feel like this palette is definitely worth checking out, especially if you are like me and you like vibrant looks but also like smoky looks. I feel like you get a lot of use out of this palette. And also it does have a lot of unique colors in here too that I don't see in a lot of other palettes, so I would definitely recommend checking it out. And I will say though too, it is only $20, and with that you get 35 eyeshadows, and 3 of those are those bigger pan ones, so you definitely get a lot of value with it. But either way though, I cannot wait to use this palette more. I really enjoyed the colors of it and just really enjoyed the formula overall. But yeah, so in the comments down below, let me know what you think about this look, and also let me know what you think about this palette and if you'd like to see more looks with it, because girl, I'm already planning some looks I already want to do with it. So let me know if you would like to see those, and as always though, I would really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button down below and gave this video a like. And also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram account is @lethal_kitten. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!